So after 3 Premier League games, Huddersfield sit in 3rd place with 7 out of 9 points and are attracting a lot of attention from the media. But the question is, are Huddersfield actually as good as they seem? Last season, despite finishing 5th and winning the playoffs, they had a negative goal difference of -2, which was a result of multiple heavy defeats. These included a 4-0 away defeat to Bristol City, a 3-0 home defeat to Cardiff City on the final day of the season, and 5-0 and 4-1 losses to Fulham. In contrast, they only managed one win by a margin of 3 goals or more all season, a 3-0 home win over Norwich. But despite this, they managed to make the playoffs off the back of 2 defeats in their final 2 games. And despite winning the playoffs overall, they didn't actually win a single game in the playoffs, drawing all 3 without even managing to score a goal. They drew 0-0 at home to Sheffield Wednesday, and in the second leg at Hillsborough, they were being absolutely dominated, falling 1-0 behind to a goal from Stephen Fletcher. However, a bit of luck saw Sheffield Wednesday score an own goal to level the scores, sending the game to penalties, where Huddersfield won 4-3. This sent Huddersfield through to the final against Reading. Reading also had a poor goal difference of +4, which was also a result of a 5-0 defeat to Fulham earlier in the season. But despite this, they managed to get a 1-1 draw away at Fulham before beating them 1-0 at home. A cagey affair in the playoff final saw very few chances, resulting in a 0-0 draw and another penalty shootout. Once again, Huddersfield managed to win on penalties and got one of the luckiest promotions in history. Despite being the only side to actually win a game in the playoffs, Reading was set for another season in the Championship, while Huddersfield was set for their first season in the Premier League. Huddersfield played Crystal Palace in their first game, going ahead through another own goal, before finally managing to end a 5-game goal drought and scoring 2 goals through Stephen Meunier. This meant Huddersfield had already managed as many 3-goal wins this season as they did throughout their promotion campaign last season. In their next game, they would play Newcastle, who lost their first game 2-0 at home to Tottenham. Huddersfield pulled off a 1-0 victory at home to the side who beat them 3-1 away just a few months previously in the Championship to give them 2 wins from 2. They then faced Southampton in their third game and drew 0-0, giving them 3 clean sheets from their first 3 games, becoming the first newly promoted side to achieve this since Charlton Athletic in the 1998-99 season, and Charlton actually went on to get relegated that season. However, is this start really as good as it seems to be? Crystal Palace are now 19th in the league, scoring no goals whilst conceding 6. Swansea also went away to Palace and managed a 2-0 win, similar to the win achieved by Huddersfield. Meanwhile, Swansea also managed to achieve a 0-0 draw with Southampton, just like Huddersfield. However, because Swansea was spanked 4-0 by an in-form Manchester United, rather than beating an out-of-form Newcastle 1-0, there is no hype around Swansea. Meanwhile, the clean sheets against Newcastle and Southampton may also be insignificant, since both sides seem to have problems scoring goals this season, also drawing blanks against Tottenham and Swansea respectively. The only goals both sides have scored this season are 3 each against West Ham at home, but West Ham have conceded 10 goals already this season. This means that the 3 sides who have played Huddersfield this season have only managed to score goals against West Ham, making the 3 clean sheets Huddersfield have seem insignificant. Of course, Huddersfield play this out-of-form West Ham side next week and may manage a win on that basis and have a fairly easy run-in for their next 3 games, but when they start to play games against some of the bigger sides, I'm certain they will get found out, but I wish them the best of luck and hope to see them prove me wrong.